Hi everyone and welcome back to Blue and Sixpence Bridal. People often ask me, where do you get your life-size mannequins from? And the answer is that we make them ourselves. We simply can't find the right size mannequins in the UK at affordable prices. So we make our own. We start with a size 20 mannequin and we customize it. This mannequin is already being upsized to a size 24. I've just put the first layer on. I'm going to put on the second layer of batting or wadding. This is just a polyester foam filling. It's really useful and versatile. You can use it for lots of different projects. It cuts easily, it pins easily. We use the very long Corsage pins, which are much longer than a standard dressmaker's pin. You see the difference there if I show you the two together. If I hold the edges, you can see the difference there. And we find that they really help us to secure everything to the mannequin. So let's jump on in and make a start. So we start from the back and create a back seam. I always find it helpful to put my foot on the base of the mannequin because they do tend to wobble. And then simply pinning at a 45-degree angle, so the pins go in at an angle, not straight, and doing those alternately means you get a nice secure finish, because eventually your wadding is going to be very, very thick indeed. So it takes probably 5 or 6 pins just to go down there like so. And then all I'm going to do at this stage is whiz around all the way. Luckily the top is usually hollow, so you can get a good grip. And it does look quite bulky at this stage, but we are going to thin it out slightly. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut a vertical line and finish that off there. What I don't really want to do is have a lot of overlap if I can help it. And that's because you'll end up with very bulky back to your mannequin. And you do need to make sure that your scissors are quite sharp. It doesn't matter if your line isn't completely straight, because nobody is actually going to see this. Put my scissors in my back pocket, and then we can start to pin our lady together. So what we need to do is just smooth it all the way around, pull it fairly snugly, like so. And again, using these very long pins at a 45-degree angle to secure them into the mannequin, and doing them in alternate directions. If you do them all in the same direction, sometimes they will pop out again. So we find that doing them alternately will make a difference to the security of your finished project. So just 5 or 6 good long pins right into the base, and now we can start shaping the shoulders. So for the shoulders, all I'm going to do is cut 2 vertical lines here and then fold in. Very, very similar to wrapping a birthday or Christmas present. It's not particularly tricky. You just need to think about it before you cut, because you can only cut it once. So fold in your edges and then the top. And then again, with your long pins, really secure those in. And then you're going to do the same on the other shoulder. So a straight line down, probably maybe just a little bit longer than the actual length of the blade of your scissors. Doesn't matter if you go too far, because doesn't have to look absolutely perfect. Again, pulling in, pulling up, folding the top over, and then securing firmly with your pins. So now we've done that, we need to check that the back isn't going to be too heavy here. All we're going to do is just tuck this in, and you can use shorter pins for this. just to give a nice neat edge to your mannequin's silhouette. It will just make the finished article look a lot better. Where I've got a lot of wadding, I'm going to use a longer pin again, and you can see that gets right into the polystyrene foam of the actual mannequin itself. So again, I'm just going all the way around the edge with some pins, just to secure that wadding right in and keep it from jumping about. Because once this is done, you'll be amazed at how much of a difference this makes to your display. So now we've got all of those pins in. That's a lot flatter here, and now we can turn our attention to the bust area. So all I'm going to do here is find the centre of the mannequin, and then I'm going to cut off this excess here so it will form a V shape. And if you do it and hold it at the same time, obviously it will be symmetrical. So you end up with like virtually like a notch neck on a wedding dress. And then again, we're going to secure this with some pins. And again, I'm going to use my super long ones because they're so handy. And then I will get some more and come back and do some of the edges here. This is quite deep here, so I'm going to use some more of my long pins for this. You can pick these up quite cheaply on Amazon and various other online retailers. I think I paid £2 or £3 for about 50 of them. They're really quite strong and they do last a long time. And my little pin cushion was an absolute bargain. I think it was less than £2 from a local discount retailer. So easy to use, just have it on an elastic band on my wrist, and then I can just pop all of these in here and then transfer them onto my mannequin. I'm putting quite a lot of pins in my pin cushion because we're also going to start pinning the waist as well, and that does require quite a bit of pin work. Once you've kind of done this once, it's so easy just to replicate this for any other mannequins that you want to resize in any display areas that you might have. So now that I've got my long ones, I'm just going to pop them in at a 45-degree angle, like so. And you can hear them actually hitting the polystyrene. And you can see straight away that makes a big difference to the overall look. Just secures it down, keeps it a bit neater. Okay, and these here have come loose, so I just need to reposition those. Really dig down into the polystyrene of the body. I don't need to worry about this too much here because we're going to put a bra on next, and we're going to start to infill that after we've done the waist. So all you do with the waist is, with your foot on the bottom of the mannequin, is just pinch it in, fold it over, and then you can start to pin in. I have tried to tape this in the past. That has worked. But today I'm just finding that the pins work, and as you can see, you do start to see the waist shape here and here. The other thing you can do is also use a ribbon, a wide ribbon, and use it as a sash, and that will create a waist as well. So again, I'm pinning at a 45-degree angle into the body of the mannequin, and I'm alternating them. So one to the left, one to the right, one to the left. And now we're starting to see our lady taking some sort of shape. I probably will come back and pop some more pins in there. I think that is quite tight now. but you can start to see that she does have a waist shape here. You can see that developing. The next thing to do is to work on the bust. The easiest way to do this is to buy a bra, preferably an underwired one, and pad it out. It's that simple. So all I use is a good bra with an underwire, a pair of padded bust cups like so, and plenty of tissue paper. So without further ado, the easiest way to do this is actually to put the bra on first. So elongate the straps as long as they'll go. Now this one doesn't seem to be tremendously long, but we'll have a go and see what happens. So just place the bra strap on the shoulder of your mannequin and turn around, and then just fasten the bra as you would at home if you were wearing one yourself. So again, foot on the mannequin, and really this will help to give your mannequin some shape now. Just do up the hooks and pull the band so it is nice and smooth. You don't want any ridges, and depending on where the band is, it may also help to define the waist of your mannequin. Make sure the shoulder straps are in place, because you want it to be comfortable, of course. And then you can pull down the front and start to fill in the bust cups. So with bust cups, remember that the flat size goes to the arm and the point goes to the middle. So this is for this side. Now, find it easier if you kind of fold it in half as you pop it in, but everybody will have a different technique, and it is quite easy to do, and it is amazing the difference that this will make to the shape of your mannequin. So instantly you can see that I have got some definition there, as opposed to completely flat chested on this side. So pop this in. And then to give more support, just fill all of that in with some scrunched tissue paper. I find 2 big sheets is usually enough. And you start to get your figure now on your mannequin. You can see that she's got a nice bust shape. If I turn her side on, you can see, and she's looking almost ready. So obviously you wouldn't leave her like that. Now you can buy replacement covers, but they're quite expensive. A black t-shirt works just as well. So I just bought a size 30 to 32 t-shirt, because that is the size this finished mannequin is going to come out as. Just an ordinary round neck t-shirt, doesn't have to be expensive. Obviously if your colour of your original mannequin cover is a different colour, then buy one to match that. This was just happened to be handy. It is a little bit tricky getting this on, because obviously it's meant to go over human skin and not over wadding, which tends to give quite a bit of resistance, but it doesn't take long. So just line up your shoulder seams, and the trick is to make sure that as you put the t-shirt on, you don't actually pull off what you've been working on. So just take your time, and then if you put your hand over the bust, I know it doesn't seem natural to do that, and then you can just pull that t-shirt down and it will be nice and wrinkle free. And you can also adjust the bust and make sure you've got your boobs in the right place, and then just smooth this down over the mannequin. if you've got work experience student in with you, or maybe a Saturday assistant, this could be a great project to give them to do, because this is evidence they can put into their portfolio of work. If you get a long line t-shirt, you will find that it is just the right length to cover the wadding, so I haven't had to do much cutting at all. Now, your t-shirt sleeves, the best way so that they're not flopping around is just to twist them, pull from the inside of the seam here, and then just tuck the sleeve neatly into there, and that is nice and flat now, and the same on the other side, and you have created the mannequin to the size that you require. This cost me about £15 to upcycle. I think the biggest outlay was actually the bra. The bra was £8. So there you go. That is your completed mannequin. This is now a size 32 mannequin, and I can start putting some of our beautiful gowns on it. I hope you found this helpful. Please do drop us a comment if you think there's any way that we could have improved this or made it any better, or if you have any suggestions for creating your own bigger size mannequins. So that's all from us for now. I hope you like this, and bye from Liverpool.